God, what the hell? What the hell? I woke up this morning and the sky was all gray because it's supposed to rain. And the Capitol Records building, if you guys look online, if it's still that way, has always been white. And now it's full on black, which actually makes more sense when you think about it, because if you think of it as records stacked on top what am I trying to say? If you think of records stacked on top of one another, then it should be black. But in any case, it was just the weirdest thing. It looks like somebody's actually draped over it, like they're doing some kind of maintenance. But it almost felt like I was in a parallel universe. I don't think this is a symptom of a parallel universe or them changing things up in the Matrix, although you never know, because it's not definitive that it would have black shit over it. And plus, as far as I could tell yesterday, and definitely the day before, it wasn't this way. So how long would it take them to drape whatever they've draped over it? And what are they doing? I'll probably look it up and then get back to you and make an addendum to this video. But another thing that's weird about this building is that I went to Portland, Oregon once a few years ago, and I came home and there was a pig. There was like a Pink Floyd pig on the top of the building because I guess Pink Floyd or Roger Waters, well no, it would probably be Pink Floyd, released a new album. And the strange thing was that from the floor of my apartment, I could have sworn I could see the Capitol Records light. You know, the light on the top that's just underneath that, this palm tree right here. There's a light up there. I could swear I could see it from the second floor of my apartment. But then I looked out the window and it was obscured by a tree. So that just felt like a change up in reality, but that was back in 2011, so that was way before I knew anything about the Mandela effect, or I think none of us knew anything about the Mandela effect or the changing up matrix. So anyway, this just looks really strange, you guys. Please don't tell me half of you remember the Capitol Records building being all black, or I'll eat my hat. I'll eat my black top hat. All right, peace out. Yeah, it is black. And I'm looking at it. It looks like there's some huge thing draped over it. It's like, who orders these things? Like, how do you get a tarp big enough to cover the Capitol Records building, and why? Is it because the shape-shifting reptilians that work there were trying to escape and somebody finally had the good sense to stop it? I don't know. So weird. Now, on this side of it looks normal because there's things jutting out, but on this side it looks covered. It's so strange. It almost looks like a big fumigation project, like they're trying to fumigate the thing for big-ass cockroaches. Ooh, maybe it's insectoid aliens that have inhabited and infiltrated it. Who knows? So it wouldn't be the shape-shifting reptilians, because it's not bars. It's a big fumigation tent. It's the oddest damn thing. And now I'm a little bit closer. It's just like, I'm trying to lighten it to show you guys. It's like this big black spider web over the building. It's almost like a metaphor for the veil thinning or thickening between this world and the world of darkness. And a lot of times when I pass this building, I do have sort of that feeling of darkness. It might also be because of the all the lore I've heard about the music industry, that I think there's a very good deal of it that is true. What was so weird is that on Christmas Eve, like maybe, I want to say Christmas Eve, either 2014 or 2015, I passed by this building and 2 of the floors had all purple lights coming out of them and the entire rest of the building was dark. And it was so eerie, and my first thought was like, ooh, is there like an Illuminati just ritual going on up there? And then somebody said, oh yeah, I think Prince just released a new album. So it was definitely before the passing of Prince. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff about this building. Probably more than I'm even mentioning in this video, but if you guys have any interesting observations about it, please let me know. But it was just so weird. It looks like this whole building was set on fire overnight or something. And I looked online just between now and the first video and the second video, and I couldn't find anything about them doing any reconstruction, and I couldn't find anything about them revamping the building and closing it. Yelp says that it opens again at 9 a.m. on Monday, so they better do what they're going to do quickly if it's going to open again. Then again, Yelp's not really a reliable source. But it's just really strange. And again, I didn't find any information about what they could be doing online, albeit I didn't have a lot of time to look. But usually the first page of Google brings up the most recent stuff. So, I don't know, you guys. What do you think? Peace out. Okay, now that's interesting. That's a little interesting tableau. The sun peeking through, and the front of the building looks as though it is in its normal state, as though a woman is opening her bathrobe to reveal her best assets to her lover. You ever notice in romantic movies how like a couple will be kissing and then they'll get interrupted, and then the man will usually say, "No, where were we?" I guess it's true. When people get all intimate, they get all gaga and they have no sense of mental cognizance. They can't even remember where they were in a kiss. Oh my god. Huh. No, it's a cage around the back of it, like a Darth Vader cage. Because from behind it looked like it had been fired and gutted. And then there's all the scaffolding in front of it, as though they're undertaking the biggest window washing project they ever could. But I can't account for the cage or the tarp behind it. Jeez, it's thick too. It's like an actual construct. Huh. Well, if they're gonna open tomorrow or on Monday at 9 a.m., I don't know how they're gonna do it. Nah, the door is probably still open, but it must look really weird, like LA just totally overcast by the blackness that is the tarp above there. That must be kind of spooky. And then again, maybe the record execs are getting a taste of their own medicine. All right, peace out. I think for real this time, for good. All right, cheers. Okay, so now here's what it looks like just around the corner. It's a big fake amount, but this is how it's supposed to look. So, anyway, you guys, I didn't make, okay, I'll wait for that thing to pass. Sometimes, I have a confession to make, sometimes I like the sounds of sirens. It's weird. Like, I don't know, just the way they echo off the building walls, and I think I find it a little bit comforting because it makes me feel like the city's still working, you know? Like if I had, you know, if anything happened, you could call them and they would be there. But anyway, that's a aside. So, anyway, this is what the Capitol Records building is supposed to look like. This is what it normally looks like all around. I did not make this video as a Mandela Effect video. I just made it as sort of like some informational and experiential aspects of my observations of the Capitol Record building. And because ever since discovering the Mandela Effect, every time I see a huge change overnight, you know, my imagination wanders, as I'm sure it does for all of us. But no, this is not a Mandela Effect. I just thought it was interesting, and I think the Capitol Records building in and of itself is very, very interesting and intriguing. But you've also got to admit that in a parallel universe, I'm pretty sure the Capitol Records building is black, because it's supposed to be records, and records stacked on top of each other. In any case, that's about all. Peace out.